Good morning, my dear students. In today's class, we are going to learn about generating function for Bessel function, and it is one of the important question for the long. Generating function for Bessel function. This is one of the important topic. They may ask you proof generating function for Bessel function, or the question may frame in this way also. Prove that exponential of half of x of z minus 1 by z, which is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity z to the power of n into j n of x. The same they may ask you in this way also. We show that where n is a positive integer, j n of x is the coefficient of z to the power of n in the expansion of e to the power of 1 e to the power of 1 by 2 of x of z minus 1 by z, or the same can be asked in this way also. Show that exponential of 1 by 2 x of z minus 1 by z in in ascending and descending powers of x. Also show that Jn of x is coefficient of z to the power of minus n in multiplying by minus 1 to the power of n in the expansion of summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity z to the power of n into j n of x. So the generating function of Bessel function, they are going to frame the question in this way, or just simple they can ask that proof generating function for Bessel function. Then you have to write actually what we have to do in the Bessel function. We are going to show that exponential of half x of z minus 1 by z, which is going to be equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity z to the power of n into j n of x. This can be proved by using a simple expansion, that is the exponential of e power x and exponential of e power minus x. With the help of that one, we can show this generating function. So where take on the proof for this one. A proof of this, it will go in this way. We'll consider the LHS. Consider LHS, that is exponential of 1 by 2 x of z minus 1 by z, that is equals to e to the power of x by 2 of z minus 1 by z. This we can frame, how we can frame, if the bases are same, powers are going to be added, so I'll separate the power. So it is going to be e to the power of x by 2 into z into e to the power of minus 1 by z into x by 2. And this z I will take to the upstraight. What I will do, I will take it to the upstraight. So what is going to happen? The power will become z to the power of minus n. So it is e to the power of z into x by 2. This is one. And e to the power of z to the power of minus 1 minus of x by 2. Now, where we are having the knowledge of what is the e power of x expansion and e to the power of minus x expansion, where we know that e to the power of x, which is equals to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus so on. Where e power minus x, it is going to be alternative, where e to the power of minus x, that is equals to 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial plus so on. Now e to the power of z into x by 2, e to the power of minus z into x by 2, we will expand it by using these expansion, where we are going to get on other side what we are having, e to the power of x by 2 of z minus 1 by z, that is going to be expanded as 1 plus x by 2 into z plus x by 2 whole square into z square by 2 factorial plus x by 2 whole cube into z cube by 3 factorial plus so on x by 2 to the power of n into z to the power of n by n factorial plus oh god, where the next term it is going to be x by 2 to the power of n plus 1 of z to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial plus so on. This is the first bracket. Now your next term, it is e to the power of minus z into x by 2. That is going to be into, again this into you will take it as an x. Again that is a problem. I'll take it as an a dot. Into next term expansion will go in this way. 1 minus 1 minus x by 2 z to the power of minus 1 plus x by 2 whole square z to the power of minus 2 divided by 2 factorial minus of x by 2 to the power of, how it is coming as a minus, that is z to the power minus whole to the power of 3 by 3 factorial. When we are going to multiply this one, what it is going to be, z to the power of minus 3, that's it. Then plus so on minus 1 to the power of n into x by 2 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n by n factorial then plus of minus 1 to the power of n plus 1 z to the power of minus of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 factorial then plus so on. This will mark it is equals to 1. Right. Now what we are going to do, we'll collect the coefficients from the equation 1. We'll collect the coefficients. The coefficient of z to the power of n in the product of equation 1 is obtained by multiplying the coefficient of z to the power of n, z to the power of n plus 1, z to the power of n plus 2, so on in the first bracket with the coefficients of coefficient of z naught, z to the power of minus 1, z to the power of minus 2, z to the power of minus 3, and so on from second bracket thus the coefficient of thus the coefficient of z to the power of n is is therefore z to the power of n. That means what you're going to do here, this last terms of the first bracket is going to be multiplied with the first term of the second bracket to collect the coefficient of z to the power of n. See this 1 into x by 2 whole to the power of n into z to the power of n by n factorial. So what you're getting here, you're getting the z to the power of n. Next is what, x by 2, x by 2 whole to the power of n plus 1, and this power is 1, so that is going to be n plus 2, and z to the power of minus 1, and other side what do we have here, you see. Here we are having z to the power of n plus 1. This n plus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled. Again, we are left with n plus 1 term only. So, what we are collecting the simple coefficients of z to the power of n from both the brackets. First, we'll collect z to the power of n, and next time we are going to collect the z to the power of minus n. Actually, what happening here? Wait, I will show you what we are doing. See these terms these terms are going to be multiply the first term, and these terms are going to be multiplied with the ending terms of the second terms to collect the coefficient of z to the power of n and z to the power of minus n. Did you got the clearance, where we are multiplying these terms with the first term of the second bracket, and to obtain the z to the power of minus n we are multiplying the starting terms of the first bracket with the ending terms of the second bracket. Now we proceed. So that is equals to x by 2 to the power of n into n factorial. 1 by n factorial is there, no? 1 by n factorial plus minus 1. See this minus. When you're going to multiply this term with this term, so minus 1 will come here. That is equals to x by 2. The power is 1 here, and here this power will be n plus 1. So we are going to get n plus 2. N plus 2 into 1 by n plus 1 factorial, then plus next term similarly minus 1 to the power of whole square into x by 2 next term. See, this is a plus and this side is going to be the plus only, so that is going to be minus. I'm writing because we are going to get alternative term plus minus we are going to get. So minus 1 to the power of whole square into x by 2, and here square will be there, and here this side will be n plus 2 will be there. So it is going to be n plus 4. N plus 4 into 1 divided by 2 factorial of n plus 2 factorial, then plus so on. Now see what you're observing here. This we can represent in the form of a Bessel function of a first kind, which is a z to the power of n. When we are going to express in the term of a summation, it is going to be summation r is equals to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power of r into 1 divided by r factorial. This 2 next will come as in a 3 factorial, 4 factorial, 6 factorial, and so on. So what I'm writing, that is equals to r factorial, and this n plus r factorial x by 2 whole to the power of 2r plus n, or you can write n plus 2r. Better I'll write n plus, because you are representing here n plus 2, n plus 4, so on. No? So we can write n plus 2r. Got it? Now, where we are in the previous, I have made one short where I have listed the important formulas of a beta and gamma function. So from there, from previous knowledge, we can consider where we can write n plus r factorial, that is equals to gamma of n plus r plus 1. So this n plus r factorial I can represent, that is equals to n plus r plus 1. Here you see where we can write gamma of n plus 1 is equals to n factorial. So what is going on here in the story, that n plus r factorial, this we are treating, that is equals to completely n factorial, that is representing as, sorry, it should be a gamma, not as a root. Gamma. Mm, make sure that this should not be there like this, it should be reverse of a 7 with the free handed. Gamma of n plus r plus 1, that is in the form of n, gamma of n plus 1. So that is the above one, it is getting modified, but the meaning is not changing over here. Summation r is equals to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power of r into 1 divided by r factorial gamma of n plus r plus 1 into x by 2 to the power of 2r plus n. Now see this one, it is in the form of a Bessel function of a first kind. So that is equals to z to the power of n is equals to j n of x. One, we got the coefficient of z to the power of n, that is simply it is equals to jn of x. Now what we are going to do, we are going to collect the coefficient of z to the power of minus n. So in that we are going to multiply the ending terms of the second bracket with the starting terms of the first bracket. So we are going to obtain again Again, the coefficient of z to the power of minus n in the product of equation 1 is obtained by multiplying the coefficient of z to the power of minus n, z to the power of minus of n plus 1, z to the power of minus of n plus 2, so on, in the second bracket, in the second bracket with the coefficient of z to the power of 0, z to the power of 1, z to the power of 3, z to the power of 3, so on, from the first bracket, from the first bracket. So what we are going to get, just check it out and see what you are obtaining over there. Same way only you proceed. So we are going to get, thus, along with me, you are also write down, thus, the coefficient of z to the power of minus n, that is equals to minus 1 to the power of n into x by 2 to the power of n into 1 by n factorial plus of minus 1 to the power of n plus 1 into x by 2 to the power of n plus 2 into 1 divided by n plus 1 factorial, then plus of minus 1 to the power of n plus 2 into x by 2 to the power of n plus 4 into 1 divided by 2 factorial of n plus 2 factorial, then plus so on. So that is equals to, where if I'm going to take minus 1 to the power of n common from this equation, above equation, what we are going to get, once you see, minus 1 to the power of n of x by 2 to the power of n into 1 divided by n factorial, then plus minus 1 to the power of 1 into x by 2 to the power of n plus 2 into 1 divided by n plus 1 factorial, then plus of minus 1 to the power of 2 into 1 divided by 2 factorial, and 2 factorial of n plus 2 factorial x by 2 to the power of n plus 4, plus so on. Now see this again, this expansion, where we can represent in the summation form, that is equals to minus 1 to the power of n into summation r is equals to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power of r into 1 divided by r factorial of n plus r factorial x by 2 to the power of 2r plus n. Again the same logic we are going to use, where n plus r plus 1, that is equals to n plus r factorial, or n plus r factorial, that is equals to gamma of n plus r plus 1, that is equals to minus 1 to the power of n summation r is equals to 0 to infinity minus 1 to the power of r divided by r factorial gamma of n plus r plus 1 into x by 2 to the power of 2r plus n. Again now this is falling into the form of a Bessel function of a first kind. So what we are getting over from here, when we have collected the coefficient of z to the power of n from the equation 1, we obtain minus 1 to the power of n into j n of x. Now, we are not going to move for collecting each and every coefficient. Just you show what is the coefficient we are going to obtain from z to the power of n and z to the power of minus n, and now you collect for the j naught of x. With that, we can show that is equals to what they are asking to. So for obtaining the coefficient of z to the power of z to the power of 0, when it is going to happen, when we are going to multiply the first term of the bracket with the first term of the second bracket, we are going to get as a z to the power of 0. See what is the power of z to the power of 1 here, and here it is equals to z to the power of minus 1. When we are going to multiply, no, sorry, if the bases are same, power should be added. When you're going to add the powers, plus 1 minus 1, something to the power of 0 is equals to 1. See, minus 2 plus 2, so again it is a z to the power of 0. And here you see minus 3 and plus 3, it is going to be the z to the power of 0. Now we'll move further collecting the coefficient of z to the power of 0 from the same same equation 1. So finally the coefficient of z to the power of 0 is obtained by multiplying the coefficient of z to the power of 0, z to the power of 1, z to the power of 2, so on, in the first bracket with the coefficient of z naught, z to the power of minus 1, z to the power of minus 2, and so on. Thus, the coefficient of z to the power of 0 is z to the power of 0, that is equals to 1 minus x by 2 whole square, then plus x by 2 to the power of 4 into into 1 by 2 factorial of whole square, then plus so on. Now this is the expansion of what? This is the expansion of j naught of x, that already I have did the video. Once you check it out, z naught is equals to j naught of x. Now from all the terms, what you are observing here, when it is z naught of a 0, one term only you are going to get. When you are going to see for the z to the power of minus n, z to the power of plus n, what you are getting here, it is jn of x, jn of x. If you'll go for the plus 1, minus 1, so on. So what we are going to get, z to the power of 1 and minus 1 to the power of 1 into z to the power of minus n, and so on. Like that only we are going to get. So just we'll write that we observe that the coefficient of z naught, z1 plus of minus 1 to the power of 1, z to the power of minus 1, z square plus of minus 1 to the power of 2, z to the power of minus 2, so on, z to the power of n plus minus z to the power of minus n, so on, are j naught of x, j1 of x, j2 of x, so on, jn of x, respectively. Then equation 1 gives expansion of x by 2 of. Yes. Then equation 1 gives exponential of z by 2 of, sorry, x by 2 of z minus 1 by z, which is equals to j naught of x plus z minus z to the power of minus 1 of j 1 of x, then plus z square plus z to the power of minus 2 j 2 of x, then plus j3 z cube plus z to the power of minus 3 j3 of x, then plus so on z to the power of n plus of minus 1 to the power of n into z to the power of minus n into j n of x. This has to be minus alternative terms, so that is going to be minus plus so on. So this can be represented in the summation form exponential of x by 2 z minus 1 by z, which is equals to summation n is equals to minus infinity to plus infinity z to the power of n into j n of x, hence proved. What they have asked you to prove, hence proof we have shown. This is known as generating function of Bessel function. If you have liked my way of teaching, like the video, share among with your friends. Thank you for listening me. If you will give a thumbs up, if you like, so I will get as an motivation to make a videos. Even I will also get as an interest to make the videos. So thank you once again.